Welcome to Acutely Amanda. I'm Amanda. In this week's video, I am doing something a little bit different. So usually when I do a decluttering video, I'm filming the actual process of getting rid of things and the actual sorting. In this video, I wanted to show what I think of as the pre-decluttering step. So I've thought about an area that I want to declutter, and then I actually go through and start to do a little bit of thinking about what my goals are and what I might want to get rid of. So what I am working on right now is my houseplants, which you can see one behind me right here. I feel like I want to do some decluttering of my houseplants. So I thought the ideal time to do the pre-decluttering thought process was when I was watering them. So I filmed myself doing that, and I'm going to do a little voiceover about what I was thinking about while I was watering them. Now I did leave out talking about two of them because I didn't water them. So one is this Monstera, which you can see right behind me. And so it's a beautiful plant, but it's stressful for me to water it. So because of the only place I have that's good to keep it, which is on top of our refrigerator, so I have to take it up and down to water it, and it's a little bit stressful. So I've been thinking about getting rid of it, but I'm still on the fence about it. And the other, you can kind of see right behind it, there's this purple line here. That's the Purple Heart. It trails a little bit more than I was expecting, which is also makes it a little bit difficult to take up and down to water. So that one I'm almost 100% sure I'm going to get rid of the Purple Heart. So with that said, let's get into the watering and the voiceover of what I'm thinking about as I water my plants. So I have 31 plants total, which is kind of a lot. I started getting into houseplants shortly after I got sober, which was just over 7 years ago now. And I was really pleasantly surprised to find that I was able to keep plants alive, and I really got into it, and I started accumulating them. This one that I'm working on here is a spider plant. If you are familiar with spider plants, you can tell that it hasn't been watered in too long. And part of the issue and why I'm thinking about decluttering some of my house plants, when I say decluttering, I do mean some, not getting rid of all of them. I still love plants, but where I come from in my decluttering and semi-minimalism mindset is that I want my possessions to enhance my life and not to hinder my life. So 31 plants to water is a lot of plants to water. This is another spider plant I'm watering. Spider plants really easily proliferate. Anyway, 31 plants to water is a lot of plants to water. It takes a lot of time. This video is sped up, so it isn't taking as much time for you, but on average it takes me 20 to 30 minutes to water all of them, and that's at least once a week if I'm keeping up with it. You can tell that I haven't really been keeping up with it, and I feel badly about that because I do love my plants and want to take a good care of them. That's a coral cactus that I was just watering, and this is a string of dolphins. It's not really in the shot, so I took a separate shot of it for you. I do love my string of dolphins, but again, you can tell it's been underwatered. So because it takes so much time, sometimes it's a struggle for me to do the work of getting it done, and that's not enhancing my life anymore. It's something that's making me feel badly about myself because I'm not able to keep up with it. So that's why I want to cut down on the number of plants I have. This is a Hooker's orchid cactus, which I took as a cutting from my workplace with permission. Not my current workplace, my old workplace. And it's one of the ones that I'm thinking about getting rid of. It hasn't flowered yet. These are all of my other plants in the window. Well, not quite all. There's a few more up on top of the refrigerator, which you'll see in a minute. Anyway, so I'm thinking about getting rid of the Hooker's orchid cactus. Not that container. I love that container. That was a gift from my husband. I would just put a different plant in it. It trails a lot and it hasn't flowered yet, which is kind of a bummer to me. I'm not really a big fan of plants that trail. So the one that I have on the countertop right there right now is a starfish flower, and the one that I just brought over to the sink is a bird's nest snake plant. This is a ponytail palm, which I really love, and I would like to be able to see it better. It's like a little bit difficult to see on the shelf it's on right now. So that's another one of my goals, is to be able to see the plants that I really love better than I currently can. So this is an aloe plant, and this is the other thing. Some succulents especially are really easy to propagate, and you can propagate them almost without trying. They'll like make babies and they'll set off the babies, and I was planting them and I just don't know what to do with them. I can't find someone who wants them easily. Like, I've given away plants to all of my friends already. So it's a little bit of a challenge. This is a thimble cactus, which is a rare-ish plant, but it is sharp, so that's another one that propagates surprisingly easily. I've given away a few of them already. I really like this one in this owl container, so I think I will be keeping that one, but it's not, you'll see, it's not the only one I have, so I want to get rid of some of the other ones. Similarly, I'm not into the aloe plants. I don't think they're that pretty. They're easy to keep alive, but they're not that pretty, so I kind of want to get rid of all of them. This is a Haworthia, which I saved from an Airbnb we were taking care of for someone else. Somebody moved out of the Airbnb and left it behind, so I saved it. It was almost dead, but it's not like something I'm in love with, so I would like to give that away. This is my other thimble cactus that I think should just go because I really only need one. So you'll notice a running theme is a lot of these just propagate easily, which I wasn't expecting, and that's something I need to figure out a solution for long term, because there's a lot of legalities around selling plants that I really don't want to get into, and giving them away is a challenge because friends only want so many. So if you have any ideas on what to do as my plants propagate, I would love to hear your thoughts on what I could do. Please leave a comment below. I just finished watering a jade bonsai, which I really, really love. I love that container. I love that jade bonsai. And the dinosaur container that I was just watering is called, its common name is a sunrise plant. Its scientific name is long and difficult to pronounce, so I'm not going to try. I really love that one. You'll notice I have more than one jade bonsai. That's because I ordered one from the company and they sent me 3 in one pot, and so I ended up with 3 of them. I do love them all, though. This is one where I'm like, maybe I should get rid of one of these, but because I have so many, but then I just love them all so much. So see, that's the thing. To me, as I am decluttering, I think about how it's not just how many of something I have, it's also how I feel about the number. So the thimble cactus, I like having one, it's cool, but I don't need to have more than one. But the jade bonsais, you'll see, they all grow slightly differently in their different containers, and I just find how they are bonsaiing so interesting. I like seeing how they are progressing in their own way. This is an African violet that I got a couple of years ago. I love my African violet so much. That's one where I occasionally think about getting more of, but I don't want to until I can get this current situation under control and make sure I only have as many plants as I can stay on top of. African violets you have to water by a surround watering, so that's why I'm putting it in a bowl, so it can soak up the water instead of watering it from the top down. So that is something I think about, is it's like, okay, clearly there is a limit on the number of plants I can take care of, and I want there to be a diversity of plants because I enjoy personally having a diversity of plants. And then I also have to consider emotional attachments. So what I'm watering right now are 2 cactuses, a succulent and a cactus that my husband got me for Valentine's Day right before the pandemic, and I really, those mean a lot to me. This is a propeller plant that I'm watering right now. It's a really cool plant from South Africa that's a real slow grower. I've had it for many years, and I'm really proud of the fact that it's still alive. You can see I have more aloe. See, I'm just not attached to the aloe. I'm like, I can just get rid of all of the aloe. I'm not feeling it. The money tree is another one. You can see in the little yellow container that I've had for many, many years. It was my husband's originally, and then I basically take care of it now. Now I'm moving up to the top of the fridge. You can see there's more up on top of the fridge. There's more of that thimble cactus, more of the spider plants. And so yeah, I don't mind having a couple of spider plants because they do a great job of cleaning the air, but I don't really need that many of them. So that's something that I think about, is it's like, what plants am I not super attached to, and then what plants do I have a lot of that I don't need to have a lot of, and then also like what plants are more of a hassle to. That's an alligator fern. I really love that plant. I am struggling to keep it happy because ferns need a pretty moist environment, but I love it. So yeah, what do these plants need to keep them happy? How much effort are they? That is part of it too, because clearly if my watering process takes over 30 minutes, it's an issue. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and leave me a comment below on what your strategy is for staying in control of your plants.